The importance of reverence for the Sangha and teachers in Buddhism. In Buddhist teachings, showing reverence to members of the Sangha, the community of monks and nuns, and to spiritual teachers is considered a core virtue. The Sangha is one of the three jewels, alongside the Buddha and the Dhamma, which serve as central objects of refuge and respect. The Buddha taught that honoring those who are worthy is among the highest blessings. In the Mangala Sutta, it is said, "To pay homage to those who are worthy of homage, this is the highest blessing." This reverence can take the form of respectful behavior, such as joining palms, anjali, offering material support, sakara, and showing kindness in thought, word, and action. The Sigalovada Sutta advises lay followers to treat spiritual leaders with hospitality and generosity. In return, well-practiced monks are expected to guide lay people away from harmful actions, towards wholesome living, and support their spiritual development. In many traditions, reverence toward the Sangha is seen as generating great merit. Making offerings to monks who live according to the Dhamma is considered spiritually fruitful. The Dhammapada states that paying homage to the noble ones brings more benefit than ritual sacrifices. Reinforcing that respect is not just a social gesture, but a part of one's spiritual growth in humility, generosity, and gratitude. Boundaries. Avoiding cult-like adoration. While reverence is important, the Buddha set clear boundaries to prevent followers from idolizing religious leaders. He taught that blind faith based on charisma, status, or title is misguided. In the Kalama Sutta, often called the Charter of Free Inquiry, the Buddha advised the Kalamas not to accept teachings solely because they come from tradition, scripture, logic, or a respected teacher. Instead, teachings should be accepted only when personally verified as wholesome and beneficial, and rejected if they lead to harm and suffering. This emphasizes that respect should not override critical judgment. The Buddha himself modeled this principle. Nearing his passing, he told his disciples to be a refuge unto themselves, relying on the Dhamma as their guide. This teaching from the Mahaparinibbana Sutta reinforces that ultimate reliance should be placed on the truth of the Dhamma and personal insight, not on attachment to any person. Moreover, Buddhist tradition warns against turning reverence into superstition. Teachers, unless fully enlightened, are still human and fallible. The scriptures include examples of monks who went astray, such as Devadatta, driven by ambition. Followers are encouraged to uphold the Dhamma and Vinaya above personal loyalty. Respect does not mean justifying misconduct. After the Buddha's passing, the early Sangha agreed that the Dhamma Vinaya, not any single person, would be the guiding authority. Maintaining critical acumen with wisdom. Critical discernment and wisdom are central to the Buddha's teachings. He didn't ask his disciples to believe blindly, but to understand through direct investigation and reason. In the Vimamsaka Sutta, MN 47, the Buddha even encouraged a monk to examine him closely to assess the truth of his spiritual claims. A disciple may observe whether a teacher is free from greed, hatred, and delusion, and may ask directly if the teacher's mind is pure. Only when a teacher is proven trustworthy and their teachings lead to wholesome results should full confidence be placed. Faith in Buddhism must grow from understanding and experience, not dogma. Being discerning doesn't mean being disrespectful. It means being mentally alert to avoid being misled and to ensure respect is based on truth. This discernment also includes the courage to speak up when something is wrong. Today, religious leaders may include meditation teachers, spiritual mentors, or lamas. When such figures commit ethical violations, it's a reminder that no teacher is above the Dharma. The 14th Dalai Lama stresses that if a teaching contradicts ethics or common sense, it should not be followed, even if it comes from him. He encourages students to investigate and reject any harmful or misguided teachings. Loyalty to a teacher should never come at the cost of moral clarity. True wisdom also involves understanding why we show reverence in the first place. We respect teachers because they embody the Dharma, not because they are flawless or to be worshipped. A Zen saying goes, "If you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him." This is not literal, but a reminder not to idolize external images or persons. Instead, we should seek Buddhahood within ourselves. Enlightenment isn't achieved by devotion to a figure, but through our own effort and wisdom. Relevant Sutta guidance and key teachings. Several Buddhist teachings offer guidance on how to relate to teachers and the Sangha. Kalama Sutta, AN 3.65, encourages individuals to verify teachings personally rather than accepting them just because they come from respected figures. It supports critical thinking and open inquiry. Sigalovada Sutta, DN 31, outlines the duties of lay people, including how to treat ascetics or spiritual leaders with respect, and how such leaders should guide their followers with compassion. Vimamsaka Sutta, MN 47, stresses the importance of examining a teacher's qualities, even the Buddha's, before placing full confidence in them. It supports healthy doubt that leads to understanding. Mahaparinibbana Sutta, DN 16, records the Buddha advising his disciples to rely on the Dhamma as their guide after his passing, and to become a refuge to themselves through personal practice. Mangala Sutta, Sutta Nipata 2.4, highlights that honoring those who are truly worthy is a great blessing, especially those who are wise and virtuous. Dhammapada, verse 276 says, "You yourselves must strive. The Buddhas are only teachers," reminding us that teachers can only guide. The effort must come from the student. Other verses, 78 to 79, also encourage seeking the company of wise people and honoring them. These texts show that Buddhists are encouraged to respect teachers sincerely, but with awareness. Reverence without wisdom can lead to blind devotion, while criticism without respect can become arrogance. The middle path is to show thoughtful respect based on understanding. Examples of practice in various Buddhist traditions. Each Buddhist tradition may express reverence for teachers and the Sangha in different ways, but all aim to uphold the Buddha's original teachings. Theravada tradition. In Theravada Buddhism, common in countries like Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Myanmar, reverence toward monks is a major part of everyday life. Lay people bow or prostrate before Buddha, images, and senior monks. Etiquette includes not sitting higher than monks, not touching them, especially for women, and using respectful titles like Bhante or Sayadaw. The practice of giving alms, dana, is considered a daily act of generosity and a source of merit. However, this respect is not blind. Monks are respected for what they represent, renunciation and dedication to liberation. But followers understand that not all monks are enlightened. The Vinaya sets ethical standards, and if a monk violates them, he may be disrobed. Lay people are allowed to withdraw support or report misconduct, usually in a respectful and discreet way. Some modern Theravada monks even encourage lay followers to engage in dialogue and ask questions, reinforcing the idea that spiritual friendship, not hero worship, is the ideal relationship. Mahayana tradition. In Mahayana, countries such as China, Japan, Korea, and Vietnam, reverence for teachers also plays a central role. Titles like Shufu, Roshi, or Sunim are commonly used to show respect, and various forms of homage ceremonies are held for teachers and past Buddhas. Mahayana emphasizes wisdom, prajna, as the highest value. In texts like the Vimalakirti Nirdesha Sutra, a layperson named Vimalakirti is portrayed as having deeper wisdom than monks, showing that realization is not limited to status. Respect is due to genuine insight and compassion, not just robes or hierarchy. In Zen, a Mahayana school, teachers may use unconventional or harsh methods to challenge the ego and help students awaken. While students respect their teachers deeply, they are also taught not to cling to their teacher's personality. Zen master Linji's famous saying, "If you meet the Buddha, kill the Buddha," warns against idolizing any figure and instead emphasizes personal insight. A good teacher in this tradition helps students become independent in their wisdom. Vajrayana tradition. Vajrayana Buddhism, practiced in Tibet, Nepal, and Mongolia, is known for its strong emphasis on guru devotion. The guru, or lama, is seen as a manifestation of the Buddha and is central to many practices such as guru yoga. Students take vows, samaya, to maintain pure perception of the guru, seeing them as an embodiment of enlightened mind. Even so, Vajrayana stresses that one should thoroughly examine a potential guru before full commitment. Traditional texts recommend observing a teacher's character and conduct over many years. The guru should be compassionate, morally upright, and free from selfish motives. Once committed, a student still must remain discerning. The Dalai Lama has emphasized that the teaching of seeing the guru as perfect is not for general application and must be approached with caution. If a teacher behaves unethically, students have the right, even the duty, to question or publicly address it. Making a teacher's misconduct known is not bad karma if done for the sake of the community. This shows that even in a tradition known for deep devotion, accountability and alignment with the Dharma remain essential. Conclusion. The Buddhist approach to relating with members of the Sangha and religious leaders emphasizes a balance between sincere reverence and critical wisdom. Reverence is valued for cultivating humility and gratitude, and for honoring those who preserve and transmit the Dharma. The Buddha described honoring the worthy as a highest blessing and modeled respectful conduct toward his own teachers before his enlightenment. Followers are encouraged to support the Sangha when it lives in harmony with the Dharma, recognizing it as a vital companion on the spiritual path. At the same time, the Buddha cautioned against blind devotion. Followers are taught to examine both teachings and conduct, placing loyalty in truth rather than individuals. Buddhism encourages personal verification. Its teachings are ehipassiko, inviting direct experience. A true teacher opens the path, but each person must walk it on their own. Different Buddhist traditions apply this spirit in unique ways. Theravada emphasizes moral discipline and respectful but realistic regard for monks. Mahayana upholds wisdom and compassion over external status. Vajrayana places deep value on devotion, but only after careful investigation and with ongoing ethical accountability. All share a common message. Reverence is meaningful when it supports, not suppresses, wisdom. Buddhists are thus encouraged to respect intelligently, honoring what is truly noble while remaining alert and discerning. Like two wings of a bird, devotion and discernment must work in harmony to carry us toward liberation.